such a gorgeous bright evening. I've done 2 chapters in the same night. So you'll probably be watching this a different night and you'll think, oh, Mrs. Fish's wearing the same clothes, got the same glasses on. No, all at the same time. Chapter 4. Okay, so this follows on from chapter 3. Did you make your predictions? Did you think, who has the urn got some messages for? Now we're going to find out. Chapter 4. 9 gasped. As though attached to the underside of the lid, the head, shoulders, and upper body of an old, grey-haired witch wafted up into the air. 9 stared. The witch was there, but not there at the same time. 9 could almost see through her. Spoon's little shoulders sank in disappointment as he hopped off the table. Ah, just what we need. Another blasted witch. Why couldn't it be a message from Dish? See, I said that, didn't I? It could be a message from Dish, so he's disappointed that it's not. The witch ignored Spoon. The Hopscotch Championship will be running at the 9th hour of the 3rd day of the 7th month of the 10th moon. Tuesday? Flabbergast whispered to 9. Your application must be approved. And you are cordially invited to participate, droned the witch, staring blankly ahead. You are cordially invited to participate as your application has been approved. I'm allowed to join in, Flabbergast whispered. I know what it means, said 9 irritably. Who is that? Shh, said Flabbergast. You shush. Don't interrupt. Sorry. Don't interrupt, scolded the witch. I thought Flabbergast was saying it, but it's the witch. Flickering her eyes in 9's direction and staring blankly ahead. Congratulations, you may participate. Congratulations. Does she live in that urn? Shh, said Spoon this time. Competitors are reminded that this is a glorious but perilous event, so you enter at your own risk in this glorious but perilous event. And don't interrupt, droned the witch. How can she? Shh, said Flabbergast and Spoon together as Eric put his big hands over his mouth and looked nervously at 9. The witch huffed loudly this time. Her dark eyes glowed gold, and a moment later a zap of golden magic shot out from them towards 9's mouth. 9 didn't have time to scream before her mouth tightened, stiffened. It had begun to zip shut. Her heart thumped and she made a muffled, outraged noise as her hands flew to her face. Madam, hissed Flabbergast, battling his hands away. Be quiet. 9 glared at him. All rules must be adhered to. You must adhere to all rules. The message witch continued to face ahead, but gave 9 a quick sideways glare. The golden lights shot from her eyes, and again the zip then vanished. 9 stepped towards the urn. How dare you? The witch turned her head slowly towards 9, her eyes glowing ominously golden again. Flabbergast dashed forwards, cupping both hands over the urn lid before the witch's head. Yes, thank you, goodbye, he gabbled, slowly forcing the lid down and squishing the witch back inside. He clunked the lid on top and whirled around to 9. Madam, he said. His nostrils were flaring indignantly. The urn-to-urn messaging service was founded by my very own great-great-great-great-aunt, Euphema, the constantly meddling, and has been delivering messages across the realms for centuries. It is highly, highly respected service, and the first rule of the urn-to-urn messaging service, madam, is that the one must never interrupt the messaging witch. It's terribly rude. She was terribly rude. She zipped my mouth shut. Understandable, said Spoon. 9 opened her mouth to argue, but Eric reached inside his apron pocket, pulled out a brown and white striped boiled sweet and stuffed it in 9's mouth very quickly. Mostly out of surprise, 9 said nothing, but she bit down and she crunched the sweet as noisily as she could, scowling at everyone. Anyway, we've more important matters to discuss. Oh, sorry, that was Spoon. This needs to be in a Scottish accent. Ah, anyway, we have more important matters to discuss, continued Spoon. Like how a blasted hopscotch championship is going to help us find Professor Dish. Ah, now you would be surprised, my dear Spoon, said Flabbergast in an overly cajoling tone. A gathering of wizards and witches from all over the realms, seeing things, hearing things. Who knows what information we'll find there? His face fell for a moment, as if something had occurred to him, or will bump into. Whoomp! Everyone jolted forwards into the table with the next hiccup. Flabbergast's hat leapt off his head, and he jumped up to catch it. As he grabbed it by the rim, a toad fell out of the hat, dropped on Flabbergast's head, then hopped off quickly. Flabbergast tutted and pulled the hat back on. So, where does this hopscotch take place then? Said Nine. Tuesday, said Flabbergast. Not when, where? Tuesday, it's a place, said Flabbergast. If you travel far enough in one direction, it's always Tuesday. A vast improvement, actually. The championship used to be held in the forest of endless sneezing. Nine frowned. Was it the forest that was endlessly sneezing, or was it the people? Bong! The sound echoed around the kitchen. More message, said Eric, glancing uncertainly at Nine and rummaging in his apron pocket. Flabbergast fixed his eyes on the message urn. Who could that be? I'm not expecting any more messages. He placed his hand hesitantly over the lid, then quickly withdrew it. I suggest we do not answer this one. Bong! The sound echoed louder, more impatient this time. The urn began to vibrate, rocking slightly from side to side. The lid was now chinking against the body. Nine stared at it, her fingers itching and twitching to touch it. Curiosity was both her gift and her curse, which was precisely how she had ended up in the house in the first place. Just one quick peep. Bong! Just one. The urn rocked violently from side to side. Quick. Flabbergast took 3 steps backwards. Madam, I strongly advise. Yes, I'm sure you do, said Nine, stepping forwards. But we both know I never listened to you, as she lifted the lid off the urn. Nice short chapter. That takes us to chapter 5. So, this time, make your predictions. What do you think is in the urn this time? Is it the same witch with a different message? Or is it a completely different message altogether? Let me know your ideas.